The White City, Minas Tirith, and colloquially known as that one really epic place in the movies, Minas Tirith. No doubt one of the most iconic fantasy cities, and one of MCME's proudest achievements, the scale of which is certainly impressive enough to ask, how did we do it?
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way.
Wow, as a staff member on MCME, I can verify that is a great song. But there was probably more that went into it. It all started in 2014, and its entirety took around 6 months to plan and build. The first step to any good build is the planning, and so that's what they did. It started off with countless hours of research about the lore, the movies, and many inspiration pictures. Eventually, they started to plan out the walls, and then worked from the top to the bottom, planning the houses. All this planning was done in pink wool for the most part, leading to the eventual nickname of the Pink City. Nowadays, if you dig into the side of the city, you'll find the pink wool is still there, just hidden by the shimmering stone. Now, the pink wool looked great, but at some point they decided it wasn't lore accurate, so they found a way to include the community and make it look even better. A build school for the style of the houses was created, and a grid of plots were laid out. Anyone could contribute their own designs, and the build staff picked the best ones to put onto the map. Some designs were better than others, but in the end, almost every single plot was filled out, meaning fast progress on the build could be made. The community had risen up to the challenge once, so the staff decided that a contest would be held to build the White Palace. Everyone wanted to partake. Dozens of teams were formed to build the best palace, and a few weeks later, they voted on the one that is still on MCME today. That would complete the build for the time, with only a few houses and final touch-ups to be made. More recently, as our textures have progressed, Minecraft has been updated and our builders have touched even less grass, we've made small changes like the block mix, the white brick textures, and most recently, the Tower of Ecthelion in 1.18. What is that over there? Oh, it's a fish in a pond. I wonder how long it's been here. Maybe it knows how they built the city.
Oh, hello, my name is Credoo. I'm just going over some good old memories while enjoying a swim.
Oh, really? Were you here when they built the city?
I was here leading the project alongside a large team of builders. Back in 2014, the planning and the construction of Minas Tirith started, and I think it took us around 2 months of planning and 4 months to actually build the city. But of course, before we actually started planning it, the Minas Tirith was already on most people's mind when they joined the server and the project at the beginning, like back in 2010. Everybody wanted to start it, and it was probably the most anticipated build from the entire server. So there was a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations on us before actually starting it together with Homino.
Oh, okay. What was the hardest part about building Minas Tirith? Because I can't help but notice that you haven't got any hands.
Well, apart from having fins for hands, that is actually a very tough question. And it brings back a lot of memories from difficult discussions about whether or not the first wall should be black or white. And also about the distance between Gilead and Minas Tirith. Because we wanted to have a good representation of what people expected from the movies, but also stay true to the lore that of the books that Tolkien wrote in the original series.
Yeah, I can imagine that's quite a common debate on this server. Do you have a favourite building in the city?
That will have to be the amphitheater. It's a little bit hidden in the city, like it's in the far north end of the lower level. And over the years, many events have been held there. Also among the reunion of some old players of the community. There's very fond memories of that.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice place. Now, I'm sorry to bring this up, but MCME is known for having a lot of revamps. Do you think this is a build that will eventually be redone?
No, definitely not. Minas Tirith will stand the test of time. Nah, I hope. I mean, probably at some point we'll have a revamp. Just look at the tower. We just finished remaking the tower because we got a new height limit. Who knows what the Minecraft will have in store for us in the future, like new blocks adding to it. And if I ever get my hands on those white arches, I'm definitely going, I will have to revamp it.
You heard it here first, folks. So tell me, what is with this sewer system? It's a complete maze. I've gotten lost there so many times. Even finding how to get into it is pretty tricky.
Yeah. We must both delve into the mind of someone who has made a maze-like layout. Like, not only the sewers, but also the path of the dead, and a big part of the new Moria. I may or may not have forced him to finish the sewers before he could set a foot in the path of the dead, because that's what his original dream was in the first place. And to get a clear picture of his mind, you have to take into account that he tried to do an even bigger Moria just by himself. On a different world, I might add. My guess is he dug a little bit too deep. Just like the old dwarves of old.
And finally, my last question. Minas Tirith is probably our most popular build, other than Erebor, of course, as I'm sure you understand. So my question is this. What do you think our next big hit will be? To quote 3/4 of the new players, is there going to be Mordor?
Well, Mordor is just around the corner, right? Like as it was back then and still is. Eventually we'll have Mordor, that is for sure. And I think my first guess would be Barad-dûr will be the next big hit. Like it's a build that people have been asking for alongside Minas Tirith and even before the Hobbit movies came out. After the Hobbit movies came out, like Erebor was a big part of people were looking forward to, a big project, a big build. But who knows? The new TV show from Amazon might bring some like big expectations. There's always going to be the next big thing. But for now, my answer would remain Barad-dûr. That would be the biggest next hit.
Well, that was informative. Though I'm surprised, I thought fish didn't live that long. Anyway, it's starting to rain, so I'll keep my thoughts brief. We used this amazing formula for Minas Tirith of research, planning, plots and building, and we continue to use it to this day. And who knows, maybe you'll be involved along the way. After all, we've got a long way to go before Middle-Earth is finished.